friends, welcome back to my channel. We're here for day 2 of Vlogmas. We are continuing with our series where we're going to be going through book lists this year. And every day I'm going to go through a list of books. Some of them may be random. Some of them may be more interesting than others. Some of them you may do better in the game than others. But we're going to go through the process together and I hope you enjoy. Today we are going to go through one of these lists and we're going to see how many of the books I've read. And hopefully you'll tell me in the comments down below how many of the books you've read so we can see who needs to read more, because we all need a reason to read more. Making a book list and checking it twice. We're gonna find out who's been naughty or nice. Book lists are coming to town. It's Vlogmas, Booktube style. So in today's list challenge, we're going to be going through the 51 most read books of the 2021 Goodreads Reading Challenge. And I'm reading this from my computer screen because we're going to be doing this on the List Challenge website. I know Goodreads has gotten a bad rap over the last few years, but I still use Goodreads and I know some of you do as well. I use Goodreads to track my reading. We can go through our list of quibbles about Goodreads, the fact that the website hasn't changed, the platform is still missing the half stars. We can complain about that, but it's still a really good way to log your reading. Maybe you've started using Storygraph, but you still use Goodreads. In any case, Goodreads is where I do, well, one of the places that I log my books. So I'm really excited to see how other people have been logging their reading challenge throughout the year. And what are the 51 most read books and how many of them are books that I've already read or books that I've read this year. So let's do the list together. I'm going to be doing it on my computer. Stay tuned. So on listchallenges.com, I'm going to be doing the 51 most read books of the 2021 Goodreads Reading Challenge. I haven't done the challenge yet myself, so we'll go through this list together. The average score, they say, is 15 of 51. So let's see how we do. The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, I have not read. I've read other books by him, but not this newest release. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, I have not read. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, I have not read. But I have read To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Yay, I got one. I've read The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I've read Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. 1984 by George Orwell and Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I've read those. I haven't read The Song of Achilles. I read her book Circe by Madeline Miller. I hope to get to this one sometime soon. I have read The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. Lucy Foley's The Guest List, no. People Will Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. That's a no for me as well. Not because I don't want to read them, I just haven't gotten to them. I did read It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. This was a recommendation by Books and Lala several years ago. I have not read Kristen Hanna's The Four Winds. I read her book Nightingale. No. The Great Alone. I've read The Great Alone by her and hope to get to more of her books sometime soon. Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I have not read. The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I have not read. Frederick Backman's newest release is Anxious People. I have not read. Red, White, and Royal Blue. That's a no for me. Casey McQuiston. I have read Normal People by Sally Rooney. And I have not read The Hobbit by Tolkien. Beach Read by Emily Henry. No, I have not read. I do want to read Laura Dave's book, The Last Thing He Told Me. This is her newest release. She wrote 800 Grapes several years ago. I read that and read all of her books that she had published prior to that. So I do want to read this one because, one, I like her books, but also, two, she's one of the authors that I've read everything she's published, so I need to keep reading whatever she puts out. The Bridgerton series I have not read. Oh, here's Circe. I read that. The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins I've read. Colleen Hoover's Verity, no. The House on the Cerulean Sea, or The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune, no. Educated by Tara Westover, I have not read. I did read Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. I haven't read Daisy Jones and the Six, but I did read Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reid, and I have read The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. The Unhoneymooners by Christina Loren. Yes, I read that. Gillian Girls Gone Girl. Gillian Flynn's Gone Girl I have read. Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman I read. And no, I'm not planning to read 50 Shades of Grey. Are you? The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde I have not read. Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng, love that book. Becoming by Michelle Obama I have not read. And The Last Apothecary by Sarah Penner I have not read. On to the next page. On page 2, Agatha Christie, and then there was none. I have not read. I plan to read some Agatha Christie in 2022. The Push by Ashley Aldrin. No, The Tattooist of Auschwitz by Heather Morris. I read this for the Booktube prize a couple of years ago. Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Yes, I reread that maybe earlier this year or last year. Atomic Habits by James Clear. No, Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. Love that book. The Subtle Art of Not Giving F by Mark Manson. That's a no for me. Untamed by Glennon Doyle. No, I have not read. Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. I have not read. But I did read Barack Obama's A Promised Land, and I have read Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey, so it's nice to see them both on this list. And that's 51 books that are really popular on the Goodreads challenge. So how did I do? I read 22 of 51. I beat the average score of 15. Would love to hear from you how you did. So I got 22 out of 51. That might be the best that I do on any of the lists that we feature this month, but we'll see. You'll have to keep coming back to watch more of these Vlogmas list videos to see how I do and see how you do in future challenges. So give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Let's chat in the comments. Would love to know what your score is with these more or less popular books. Let's chat down there, and until next time, until we come back for another Vlogmas video, happy reading. Bye. We're making a book list and checking it twice. We're gonna find out who's been naughty or nice. Book lists are coming to town.